Just like the last month or last time when we started introduction to ethical hacking using Metasploit and using in Kali Linux, that was on the September 12th to September 13th. We find out that we don't have much participants, unlike today, and then we decided to reschedule this very important live demonstration, which is happening now. Okay. So the subject or the topic of this presentation or live webinar is Introduction to Ethical Hacking, as you can see. And I believe everyone can clearly see the slide. Gezawa, can you see the slide, please?
Yes, yes, yes.
You can clearly see the title, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, good. Thank you. Okay. So my name, I'm the presenter here. My name is Engineer Bash or Bashir from Nigerian Anti-Phishing Working Group. Little about me, who am I? My name is Engineer Bash, as I said. I'm Nigerian, a student from Cyber Security Institute here in New Delhi, India. As foreign trade intelligence, open source, penetration tester, ethical hacker, malware analyst, and robust engineer to be. Okay, I'm also evangelist in the Python programming, meaning I'm wishing to be a very good Python programmer. Okay, I love to see Nigerian web space is safer from phishing, scamming, and all forms of cyber crime. Also like to help individuals, corporates, agencies, and government institutes alike to secure their network and web systems. I basically studying cybersecurity, and inshallah, very soon I will be writing some of the certification exam, like that of CSSP, CEH, CISA, CHFI, and Offensive Security Certification, or SCP. Okay. I have already undergone other certification like CCNP, and presently I'm undergoing another certification for the CCNP examination. Okay, one of the admin at Nigerian Anti-Phishing Working Group, which I believe many of you are members of the group. So now let's quickly move to why this webinar, why this presentation. Okay, why this live demo? What is it all about? Okay, so now the aim and objectives of this webinar is very clean and very simple, straightforward. This is not to teach or guide anyone here on how to do bad things, but the idea is to create a platform of providing awareness due to the rising cybercrime, and hence guide people on how to protect their machines or their system by becoming more secure and more safer online, either at home or in their office or in their schools, wherever they found themselves. Okay, that is one of the objectives of this webinar. We are not here to learn black hat hacking or any form of hacking, but we are here to see and demonstrate the dangers of making our system vulnerable, or the dangers involving our computers, especially Windows. So one of the objectives is creating awareness. Okay. People tend to ignore the importance of updating their operating system to the latest update, and using combination of firewall, good antivirus, or internet security, any other form of software. People ignore this, so we want to create awareness. This is one of the objectives. So we are also going to demonstrate the potential dangers of using a non-updated system, either a personal PC, official PC, or whatever form of personal computer. Okay, by practically showing how bad hackers can easily get into our systems and how they do serious damage or steal some sensitive information from our personal or office system. And at last, they can even delete any forensics evidence, any evidence that can easily implicate them. Okay. And then lastly, we are going to give recommendations or guidelines, also certain suggestions. Okay, providing suggestions, tips, and techniques to stay safe online and make our system more secure, at least to some certain extent. So basically, this is why we are doing this webinar. today we're having much time, unlike the other time, unfortunately, where we only have 40 minutes then. But today we are going to have enough time up to like 2 hours time for those having their system charged. If it's not on power, please put it on power. If you are connecting via your smartphone, please put it on charge to make sure that you have enough charges. But we are going to demonstrate a lot here. You are going to see a lot, actually. So we're going to quickly start with what is actually Kali, because we're hearing Kali, or Kali Linux. So quickly, Kali is all about security penetration system. So it is a Debian-based Linux distribution aimed at advanced penetration testing and security auditing. So Kali contains several hundred tools which are geared towards various information security tasks, such as penetration testing, security research, computer forensics, and reverse engineering. Okay, this is basically what all about Kali in brief, actually. And then I provided a slide so that people can easily follow us using the slide, or they can be able to, after the program or after the live demonstration, they can read over, they can study about it. Apart from Kali, as we clearly stated in the definition, it has tools. It has thousands of tools, penetration testing tools. One of them, and one of the most important among them, which today we are going to see, is called Metasploit. Metasploit, okay? Metasploit is among the most widely used exploitation tool in hacking in the security field, okay? It is used by both novices and advanced professionals from good side of them and from also bad side of them. Somebody is online and his mic is active. Let me quickly check. I can clearly hear. Okay, is our moderator is live, right? Mr. Umar Farouk. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you
Yes,
can
sir,
clearly hear. You can clearly hear me, sir.
Yes, sir, I can clearly hear you.
Yes. So, sir, your mic, you are the only person which will enable your mic so that it will be active, so that if there is any issue, you'll be able to quickly call my attention, sir. So in this case, only your mic will be
no problem, sir.
Only your mic will be active. Thank you, sir. So Metasploit framework is an open source penetration testing used for developing and executing exploit codes against a remote target machine. So also Metasploit has the world's largest database of public tested exploits, and then we are going to live see that. So in simple way, Metasploit can be used to test vulnerability of computer system in order to protect them. And on the other hand, it can also be used to break into remote system. Okay, so this is all about, briefly about Metasploit. Okay, so I am looking at the time, though we have much time, but since this is just a slide, I don't want this to be to turn into a kind of classroom or kind of boring meeting room. So I will, with your permission, I will skip some of this, but I can briefly pick some, let's say 1 to 2 sentences out of them, because we would like to utilize much of our time for the demonstration, not on the slide. So later, those who have interested will be able to look at the rest of the slide for further reading. So this brief about Metasploit was created by HDMO 2003 portable network tool, and it was actually network tool uses file in 2007, and Metasploit framework was completely written in Ruby. Okay, so in October 21st, 2009, the project announced it has been acquired by Rapid7, a security company that provides unified vulnerability management. Version 3 has begun to include fusion tool, which is used to find vulnerabilities in software rather than simply exploit of known errors. So this avenue can be seen with integration of Locan wireless tools. That was in 2006, and Metasploit 4 was released in August 2011. Okay, in August 2011. So Metasploit framework has different edition. Metasploit Community Edition, the one we are going to use, which is the pre-edition. So also it has Metasploit Express Edition, and this Express Edition and the Metasploit Pro Edition are all commercial edition. and so also the Hermitage, which is a graphical kind of management tool from Exploit. Okay, so basically that is very brief about Metasploit, and from here we can clearly see the framework, kind of the architecture of the Metasploit. There is tools, and under tools we have libraries, regs, MSF core, we have interfaces, the console, which we are going to look at it using the command line interface, and the Hermitage, of course, is the GUI edition. So plugins are there, which are also at the base, and under the MSF base, we also have at the base the modules, which are the exploit, payload, encoder, node, auxiliary, and the rest. Here on the slide, we try to bring the details or brief about these modules. Okay, modules are the core component of the Metasploit framework. Okay, and some of these modules include exploit. Exploit. Why exploit? Because I have to explain a little bit about this exploit because we are going to look at it later. An exploit module executes a sequence of commands to a target a specific vulnerability found in the system or application. So an exploit module takes advantage of vulnerability to provide access to the target system. Okay. The exploit modules include buffer overflow, code injection, web application exploits, and the rest. Auxiliary in the Metasploit modules does not execute a payload. It can be used to perform arbitrary action that may be directly related to exploitation, like scanning, fusing, DOS or denial of service or distributed denial of service. Okay. Now the Fox exploitation modules enable you to gather more information or to gain further access to an exploited target machine. Okay. There are many Fox exploitation modules that will be able to do that. So the payload. Quickly about the payload. A payload is the shell code that runs after an exploit successfully, if an exploit successfully compromises a system. So the payload enables you to define how you want to connect to the shell and what you want to do to the target system after you take control of it. Okay, so a payload can open a meter or a command shell. Meter is an advanced payload that allows you to write DLL files to dynamically create new features as you need them. And I have to say this Metasploit is one of the fantastic part of Metasploit modules, which we are going to see. It's wonders. It's very, very wonderful. So, and the payload are in this form of singles, stages, and the rest. I'm just going to skip this NOV generator, encoders. Let's just quickly move to 3 key terms here. The vulnerability. We'll be talking about vulnerability throughout this presentation. I will be saying vulnerability. So all about vulnerability is a weakness which allows an attacker to break into or compromise a system security. That's all. Exploit a code which allows an attacker to take advantage of a vulnerability system. Okay. Payload, actual code which runs on the system after exploitation. These are the key terms I would like to share and then explain which those need into cybersecurity or penetration testing, or some of our participants need to know. Okay. So let's quickly move on. So where do we look for exploit? Where do we look for exploit? So quickly, we can look for exploit at the exploitdb.com. The website was developed by Offensive Security. They are the creators of Kali Linux. So also we can look for exploit database from CVE details by Meteor CW. We can also look at the exploit from NDB database by National Vulnerability Database of the United States government. So there are many more databases online, like that of Google hacking and the rest, which later maybe if we have much time, we can look at them. And then, so also there is Shodan, which is the world first search engine for IoTs, which we hope, inshallah, Mr. Umar Farooq later he's going to give us another live. This very important topic, Google hacking with Shodan. Mr. Omar is going to maybe some days very soon give us a special webinar live demo on this showdown. So I'm not going to say much. All I can say is the world best search engine for internet connected devices. You can be able to find CCTVs currently live on the internet. You can be able to find active servers around laptop, computers, network servers, those normal machines that normally on like a 247 or any kind of device anyway, which mostly is online 24 hours. Okay, so Shodan is a search engine that lets you find specific types of computers, routers, servers, and the rest. Okay, so now why do we need to know Metapreter? As I said earlier, I will talk about Metapreter, which is here. So it is an advanced dynamically extensible payload that uses in-memory DL injection or stages, and it's extended over the network at runtime. It communicates over stager socket and provides a comprehensive client-side Ruby API. Okay, it features command history, tab completions, and channels, and more. You can read more about it maybe in our references, which we are going to provide. And how Metapreter works, we are going to see that actually. We don't have time to read about this. Metapreter design goals: stealthy. Metapreter reside entirely in memory and write nothing to disk. No new processes are created as Metapreter injects itself into the compromised process and can migrate to other running process easily. We are going to see that. Okay. If we say still, it means if a user, okay, like you are using a Windows XP, or you are using a server like a Windows 2003 server, Windows 2006 server, Windows 7, Windows 10, when somebody compromised your system or hacked into your system using one of these tools like that of Metasploit, what this tells you means you'll never know, you'll never see, because you never see any, oh, the system is behaving or something like that. No, you're not going to see anything, definitely. So that's exactly what this stealthy means. Okay. So Metapreter designs goal, it's powerful, actually extensible. It added runtime features. It does a lot. It does a lot, actually. So here we are going to see some commands like Metapreter payloads. And actually, we're interested in the Windows reverse Metapreter payload. Okay, and this is the command. We are going to set it later during the demo. It says the command is set payload Windows / Metapreter / reverse TCP. And the function, what this does is it creates reverse TCP payload. It's a Windows reverse TCP payload. Okay, and BNC Metapreter payload, you can clearly see the commands here. Linux reverse Metapreter payload, you can see the command and the description in the slide. Okay, so some of the other useful Metapreter commands. Here you can clearly see upload. This upload C Windows. Metapreter can upload files to the victim machine or to the target machine. Can also download shell, get system, hash dump. Metapreter can attempt to hash the dumps on the target system, create port to target machine. You can delete port, a lot of things. Okay, and then also remote Windows Metasploit module, which is an exploit. So you can see during this demo we are going to use actually this exploit. That's why I have to explain about it. Since I think 2008, this exploit is active and is vulnerable to Windows machine like Windows XP up to 2003 server. Okay, this exploit, the command is you can see is use exploit Windows SMB MS08 067 NetAPI, and the description of this is it can affect or compromise Windows 2000, XP 2003 remotely. Remotely means the hacker might be in different location while the victim machine can be in different location. Okay, so these are some of the commands we are going to look at. So local Windows list of Metasploit commands, local bypass, anyway, local Windows Metasploit commands, auxiliary modules, PowerShells modules, Fox Windows Metasploit modules, Okay, you can clearly see this, and this is some kind of a sample exploit or a kind of demo of this exploit. You see, this is a MSF console, which we are going to demonstrate live, and you see that. But I would like to clearly point something important here. We are simply here telling Meta exploits that we are going to use this exploit, Windows SMB, MS06 7. Then we request for options, available option, and here the module tells us what option it has. Our host, one of the option is our host. It's required that we need the target IP address, target machine IP address, the victim IP address. We must have that. We must have that IP address to be able to attack or launch attached to the victim machines. The R445, we have to set the SMBB service port, and that's all. The SMB5, nothing there at all. But basically, our host target IP address as SMB port. That's what we require. Okay. So about this exploit, which we picked for this demonstration, as I earlier said, it was active since 2008. More about it is here, which you can read from the slide. You can clearly see it. This bulletin is from Microsoft. Microsoft Security Bulletin MSOH067, and the vulnerability is very critical. Okay, you can read more about it here. This is simply telling us that anybody didn't update his system and a hacker used this exploit, that very hacker will be able to have access remotely to that system. As simple as that. Okay. So now, briefly about this demo or live demo we are going to very soon we are going to launch is the brief description. Okay, brief description of the demo. Okay, we have a host machine. Host machine, that's my PC, my laptop, which is having a Linux operating system. It's having a Linux operating system, and also I installed VMware on the Linux operating system, which is VMware Pro version 12. Inside the VMware, I also installed Kali Linux rolling, which is Kali Linux 2017.2 via the VM, that's the virtual machine, and it has an IP address like this, 192.168.93.128. And I also have Windows XP on the virtual machine, an active Windows XP. I have I think XP Service Pack 2, Service Pack 3, and this Kali is the attacker's machine, is the hacker's laptop or is the hacker's machine. You can see it number 2, and the victim machine, which is having Windows XP Service Pack 3 or Service Pack 2 with this IP address. And so also another victim machine, which is a server, Windows 2003 server, also installed inside the VMware Pro, and having a different IP address. Okay, so the IP setup in VMware, we actually set it to host only. Host only. This will make the exercise private, safer, because kind of it's within kind of lab within. It's not connected to the outside world. Okay. So this is all about brief description of the lab, and in the future we are going to look at other webinar like pen testing using Parrot, Cyborg, Barbots, exploiting Windows 7 using like Eternal Blue, exploiting Windows 10, exploiting or hacking Windows Server 2006, hacking Ubuntu Server, Red Hat, Mac OS Sierra. This will become in the future. Okay. We all have these machines installed in my lab. Inshallah, in the future, we're going to look at the vulnerability or exploiting this machine. But for now, we're going to basically start with Windows XP, then Windows Server, based on our time. Okay. So now the scope of this live demo. Okay. The scope of this demo, analyzing your attacks with Tora, that if you want to launch an attack, what basically hackers do, they use Tora with proxy chains to hide their IP, which basically if they hack you, never know from where, from how comes, or from which country, where they come from, because they are using proxy. Okay, so that's one. But for the purpose, this is a demonstration. I'm not going to use any Tora or any proxy in this demonstration, but I'm going to use a reconnaissance using Nmap. Nmap. Apart from Metasploit, another application we're going to look at today is Nmap. Okay, we are going to use Nmap to scan the victim machine so that we'll be able to know what operating system installed on the victim machine, what version, and often faults and other things. Nmap will be able to always help us with that during the reconnaissance session. Okay, so we are later going to attack the victim machine using Metasploit, launch the attacks. And then proxy exploitation will come with MetaFreeter, that's maintaining access to the victim machine. And then covering tracks involving deleting, erasing evidences, that's what hackers does. They erase evidence so that you will not be able to know, except in terms of high-level forensics analysis. That's when maybe you'll be able to come, expert will be able to come up with report stories or detail that somebody have hacked the system after a long time or after very long process or very advanced technical forensic process. Okay. So lastly, I'm going to end the slide with this Sun Tzu, the Art of War quote. If you know the enemy, which says, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Okay, this actually bring us into this slide, and I share the slide in the group, which you can later have a look, because we just quickly look at the slide, and then I briefly explain about some key or important part of the slide. Okay, so at this stage, we are going to start the live demo. Okay, then later I'm going to discuss about the recommendation. After hacking, how can we protect ourselves? That's the recommendation. Okay, how we're going to protect ourselves, that's the recommendation. But without taking much of time, let me quickly look for the other brief guideline. Okay. Hello, Mr. Omar.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you clearly see a slide says brief guide, live webinar on introduction to Metasploit? Can you see that?
Yeah. Yes, I can see
so
it.
I believe if you can clearly see that, many will be able to see this. Okay, many will be able to see this. Good. So we are good to go.
Definitely.
Okay, so let me quickly start with this. First, we start setting of our virtual lab. For hacking to be success, you must have a virtual hacking lab. Okay, so we already have one. Let me quickly show you here. Okay, this. Okay, let me minimize. Let me stop the Kali so that you can see the lab. Okay. Basically, this is the lab we are going to use. As you can see in this lab, we're having Kali Linux, Kali 2017, which we are going to use today. And we're also having Fara 6, CyberCog, Ubuntu Server, Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 23, Windows 10, macOS, Windows 7, XP. So we are going to use Kali. We're also going to hack into Windows XP and later Windows 2003 server. But the rest of the lab, we don't have to talk about that. Okay, Metasploitable. If time will allow us, we also have to talk a little bit about the Metasploitable. Is complete vulnerable machine, which can help you to learn much more about ethical hacking. Okay, so basically that is little about the lab. Okay, so how I achieve building this lab is actually I use VMware Workstation. As you can see, the software is VMware Workstation, and I already set it the victims machine, Windows XP and Windows 2000 server. They are ready, and they also have an IP address. Okay, so last what I can say is you can have as many Windows operating system for your ethical hacking study, your cybersecurity research, for your penetration testing. So during your penetration testing endeavor, you can have as many as you want. So also the Kali Linux, or you can have Faro 6, OS, Backbox, Cybox Hawk, Black Arc Linux, and the rest. One thing for sure, which I have to emphasize, is the ability for your system to handle the virtualization. I mean, in terms of processor, memory consideration, capacity of the available hard disks. This what you should know. You may need a good PC actually to replicate what we are going to do today. Probably minimum of 4 GB RAM, Intel or AMD, all good to go. And the hard disk space can be between 500 to 1 terabyte, depends on your your system or your machine. And the processor can be like that of 2.6 gigahertz and above, but not mandatory. Okay. And but I would like you to know that the system actually used during this demonstration, or we are going to use, actually is a Linux system with 2.6 gigahertz Core i7 with a DDR-RAM 8 gig, and I think there's 1 terabyte in hard disk space and an additional 2 terabyte external hard disk. Okay, so basically that's what we have in this lab. Okay, so we already obtained Kali. And then one thing I want to emphasize, that's why I make this document available, this little document. It's just 14 pages. I clearly emphasize, when you want to make use of Kali Linux, please download it from the official website. Don't ever download Kali Linux from a different website, torrent or any. Just download from their official website, which is kali.org. Okay, and then don't download it from anywhere else to avoid Trojanize or modify Trojan. Okay, so this is exactly what we are going to use here. As you can see, I provided this as a guide or like a transcript of what we are going to look at. Okay, so I'm starting. I'm going to launch. I'm going to launch Kali Linux now. We have it here. You can clearly see it. So I'm going to launch it in VMware here, Kali Linux. We are now loading Kali Linux. Kali Linux loading. I believe everyone can clearly see this. We are starting the live demo. Okay. Kali loading, depending on the processor or RAM. So I'm not going to log into the Kali Linux. I have to enter the password. Once password entered correctly, we should be able to. Once the password entered correctly, we should be able to get into the Kali Linux. Yeah, Kali Linux is finally active and it's live. Let me make it full screen so that we can clearly see it. Okay, yes, we can clearly see Kali Linux is active. Okay, okay. So our Kali Linux is active. Okay. Basically, our Kali Linux active If we want to connect to internet using our Kali Linux, then we have to use NAT, okay, network address translation. But basically, as I earlier said, we are using host only. Let me show you. We are using host only. Okay, let me click here. Go to network adapter. You can clearly see host only, a private network shared with the host. Host only. Private network shared with the host. That is the configuration. This will be able to make it a private network, and it's not going to somebody from internet cannot be able to have access to this. And then we inside the Kali, we cannot be able to connect to internet. We can only connect within our network. Okay, within our network, basically. This is much safer if you are building a penetration testing lab, so that whatever you are doing is within your lab. You are not affecting any external system, any external server. Whatever the damage done is within the your private network. Okay, so this is Kali, and then as I stated earlier, we are starting with Nmap. Okay, Nmap. Why Nmap? Why are we starting with Nmap? We are going to launch Nmap now. Okay, why Nmap? Why Nmap? Quickly, what is Nmap? Nmap is a security scanner originally written by Cordon Fidor, used to discover hosts and services on a computer network, thus building a map of the network to accomplish its goals. So Nmap sends physically crafted packages to the target host and then analyze the response. So without taking much time, we are going to exactly do that. This part, we call it reconnaissance or information gathering. Gathering information about the victim's machine, about the victim machine, okay? Okay, about the victim machine. How do we know about our victim? Our victim is going to be, let me get to victims. Our victim machine is going to be Windows XP. You can clearly see that, Windows XP. Okay, let me make it active, Windows XP. I'm loading Windows XP. This is just like assuming a Windows XP somewhere, somehow is on, is live. Okay, so let's start it. Let's start the Windows XP. Yes, I can clearly hear the sounds, the Windows XP sounds. So this is our Windows XP in the lab. Let me make sure. Let me make sure of the IP address it have. This Windows XP have an IP address 192.168.92128. Okay, this is the IP address of our target machine. Okay, this is the IP address of our target machine. Basically, is a complete Windows XP operating system service factory. Okay, so now let's go back to our Kali Linux. Okay, we are the Kali Linux. We are going to start the reconnaissance, gathering information about our victims. So we start with the command. I provided the command on the 14 pages document, which is nmap -n-sb. The detail is there. Victims IP 192.168.92.128. Once you have the victim's IP, nmap, and you run you enter the command, you simply press enter. Nmap will start. Starting nmap. Now nmap is loading. Okay. Mostly it won't take much time as long as the victim machine is live. The victim machine is live on your on the network. Then Kali Linux or nmap will not take much time. It will load. It's still loading. We give it. We should be patient. We give it some little time, and you can clearly see the nmap version here. I have is inside this Kali is nmap 7.6. Okay, nmap 7.6. Still loading. So what exactly happening here is sending a crafted package message to be able to find out the good. It has finished. after it has found out that the victim machine have been ports often 135.139.445 is the MAC address of the victim's machine. The victim is using operating system of Windows XP. You can clearly see that. Good. This is all we need. Basically, this is all we need. We can clearly see that port 445 here is open. It's open. We can see Windows RPC, NetBIOS SN. Okay. Once we have this, the next thing is let's clear this. Let's quickly clear this since we found out what the operating system of our victims. Okay, you can clear this by typing clear. Then launch MSF console. Now we are launching Metasploit. After finding out what our victim's operating system is using his IP address, and we also found out that so many ports on his system are open, and then he, like that of 445, then all we need to do is to launch Metasploit and look for Windows XP exploit. That's all. So now we are starting the Metasploit framework through the console. It's loading. It won't take much time. It will load. Okay. Good. Metasploit has finished loading. You can see the version I have here is Metasploit 4.16.6. It has 16,082 exploit. Okay. Wow, interesting. So also 964 auxiliary, 297 first, 498 payloads. This is very good number. 40 encoders, 10 knobs, and the rest. You can change this if you don't like it by simply typing banner. Just banner, be able to change to suit your test. This is just banner. Let me stop this. Okay, let me use this M, just banner. Okay, now what's next? So next, since we find out the victim's operating system, then we look for an exploit that will be vulnerable to an exploit which we can easily use to attack Windows XP. How can we look for that? We can search for an exploit like that of Net API. How? Simply type search. Very simple. Search Net API. Search Net API. So at this moment, Metasploit is going to search a database. Modules database cache not built yet using slow search, but it will quickly search for that exploit or any exploit with this name, Net API. It won't take much time here. Once it finishes searching, it will be able to list number of exploits it have with this name Net API. Okay, let's give it some little time. Okay. Actually, an ethical hacker has to be very patient. So also, or simply because the hackers are very, very patient people. Okay, it has finished. Hackers are very, very patient people. They will take much time studying your system, making a very lengthy recognition process by giving themselves much time to study and find information about victims. So let's just continue. Here we find out so many exploits with the Net API. But the one we are much interested is this one, that of 2008. You can clearly see it, October 2008, Net API. We copy it by simply pressing Ctrl-Shift-C, Ctrl-Shift-C on the keyboard. Ctrl-Shift-C on the keyboard, we'll be able to copy that. Then we say use. Use means we are going to use this exploit, as I earlier stated. Use exploit Windows SMB MSOH067 Net API. Okay. So I'm going to paste, I copied it already, I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to paste that exploit, okay? I press enter. Yes, I press enter, it has changed to exploit interface. Now at this exploit page, I can be able to quickly run a command show options. This show option will be able to tell me what and what what I needed to do, what I needed to launch that to successfully launch an attack. Okay, actually I need the R host, that's the target IP address, the target address, and then the port, which is port 445, the SMB service port. Okay, and I all have that. Okay, so I can simply say set R host, the target IP address, which is 192.168.92.128. If I'm very correct, let me check again to be sure. Yeah, 128, correct. That's the Windows XP system. 128, good. So once I set this correctly, R host, I press enter. R host is set and it's ready. Then I also have to set the R port, which is 445. The R port is 445. Press enter, set it, ready. Now, lastly, I don't need SMB5. I simply launch the exploit. From this stage, I simply launch the attack. How to launch the attack? Simply type exploit and press enter. Exploit, press enter. This pressing enter is the same as like triggering. You are just trigger the attack. Press enter. Once you press enter, you wait. Started TCP handler. Okay, automatically detecting the target. You can see that detecting target. Fingerprinting Windows XP Service Pack 3 English. Selected target or target selected. Attempting to trigger the vulnerability. Vulnerability has been launched. You can see Metasploit. Wow, that's all for now. At this stage, you can clearly see we have got Metasploit. Means we already attacked the victim machine. We have already successfully launched an attack. How do we know we successfully launched the attack and the attack was successful? Simply we type system info, sysinfo, yes. So this is simple, simply telling us that we have successfully attacked Windows XP. You can see it here, Windows XP build 2600, Service Pack 3, x86 work group. Okay, we can do a lot of things here. Get UID. You can see username, everything. We can do a lot. Basically, at this stage, I would recommend for beginners at this stage, if they have successfully tried this demo, they simply type help. This help will provide you with commands. All the commands, you can see what you can be able to do once you successfully have Metasploit. You can see the background of victims. You can kill background Metasploit script. You can list running background script. You can execute Metasploit, channel close, exit. You can do a lot of things. Info, load machine ID, migrate fibot. You can do a lot of things. You can open files inside the victim machine, CD, checksum, directory. You can download files from the victim machines. You can edit them. You can do a lot. You can create folders. You can see we will try that now. We're going to. You can move folder. You can delete files or folder inside the victims machine. You can do a lot. Okay. Networking commands. You can see a lot like IP configuration of the victim's machine. You can see all that. You can do other interesting things like desktop, list all accessible desktops on Windows Station. Get desktop, current Metasploit, key scan dump. Another interesting thing you can do with once you have Metasploit is like you can record the mic if the victims have mic on his laptop or in his PC. You can record whatever he's saying. If he's discussing in office, you can be able to record audio. You can see his webcam chat. You can see webcam list if there is any webcam on the system. Webcam snap, a lot of things. Very interesting. A lot of things. Okay. So at this stage, once you have Metasploit, you can launch a shell. You can enter the victim's machine remotely. How? By simply typing shell. Wow. Once you type shell, you are there. That's all. You are just there into the system. You can clearly see, for those who are familiar with those commands. You can clearly see that we're inside the victims system. You can even list victims files. Yeah, you can clearly see the victims file. Let's say cd dash dash cd dash dash command prompt directory C. Clearly see victims documents, folder, programs, file, Windows. Let's look at the documents. cd documents and settings. Yes, directory inside the command settings. You can enter the system, the hacker system. This is stealthy, as in the victims is not going to know about this. He will never see this. He will never know what exactly is happening, or somebody has been hacked his system, or somebody is inside his system. No way. Okay. So let's look at the administrator. CD administrator. Okay, administrator directory. This is administrator. You can be able to look at the documents of the attack of the victims by going to my documents. My documents. Okay, we are already inside my documents. We want to see what is inside the document directory. You see, you are inside the directories of the victim. If victims have sensitive files, very sensitive, very important files, you can see them all. You can copy them, you can delete them, you can manipulate, change, do anything you like here. Interestingly, we can clearly see in this demo, as in the case of these victims, has bank record. Okay, you can clearly see bank record folder. Interesting. So let's enter the bank record. CD bank records. Yeah, we are inside the folder now. Directory. Yeah, you can see we're inside a directory called bank record. So if the victim have any sensitive, we're just putting this to show you that whatever is there, whatever sensitive, once your system has been compromised, is not safe anymore. Anything can be still, anything can be, copied from house to the outside. Anything can be copied from this, can be copied from the system. Okay. You can even see here inside this folder account credential details. You can see the account credential details of the of the big team. Interesting. Okay. Let's see how we can read this. We say like type. We want to open the file. We want to see the details of his account credentials, like banking details or other things. Type account credentials for txt. Wow, you can see we have opened the file. Set file type, account details, sensitive information is here, blah 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 blah. Just a sample. So this is just a sample. All I'm saying here, all I'm demonstrating here, we are inside the victim's machine, and we can navigate into his directory. We can navigate through. We can see a lot of things. Simply, why? Simply how comes? Simply because he didn't update his system, or he doesn't have a firewall, or he doesn't have antivirus or something, which we are at the last part of our demonstration we are going to discuss. Okay, so let's get out from here. As I say, a lot of things can be done. Like let me say, let me come back inside the comments, directory, CD administrator. Inside the administrator, the desktop. Let's go to the desktop. Let's go to desktop. Inside desktop, nothing. Okay, nothing. But let's see. We have the victims here. See, the victim system is here. Quickly, let's glance. Victim doesn't know what is happening. He's just maybe working. Doesn't know anything. You can clearly see nothing is happening here, or something, or computer misbehaving. Nothing. But as I'm talking to you, this computer has been hacked. This computer has been hacked. Okay, we can clearly see it here. Okay, hello, Mr. Omar.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, are you with me, right?
Yes, I am with you, 100%, sir.
Yeah. So we are looking at the victim's system, and nothing is suspicious or anything. But let's quickly look at or do something interesting here. what we can do, since we are at the desktop of the victims, inside we are already having a shell. Let's create a folder. Let's say make a folder, call it you had been hacked. Okay, we create a folder on the desktop. You had been hacked. Okay, we can put anything on the folder, anything, as in probably after unfortunately if it's a bad hacker or black hat hackers, after they have steal whatever they want, after they have compromised the system, they manipulate files, they delete evidence, they have got what they want, they can simply tell or leave this kind of message. That's what some does. They leave certain message and put some rubbish indicating that they have finished with the system or they have compromised the system. So you can see we can clearly create folders, do a lot of things. Let me see this folder if it's there. Okay, initially we have seen the desktop, nothing is there at the desktop. But let's go back. Yeah. You can clearly see it. Can you see this, please? Yeah, folder, we have been able to create a folder. You had been hacked. Wow. We have added this folder remotely from a very remote location. And we have successfully compromised this system. Okay, so that's all for now. Let me click back, cd exits. I'm back to Mr. Frita, but I would like to dump the hashes here. Let's say hash dump. You see, you can clearly have the system, the compromised system hashes here. You can have the compromised system hashes. As I said, once you type help, you see a lot of commands, hash dumps. Dump the contents of the SAM database. Once you have the SAM database, you can do a lot. And at this stage, you can even, we don't have much time, but you can even add or bring some kind of backdoor files, so you can inject the victim machine with other files which will help you. Even you sign out, even you, anytime you want to come back to the victim machine, anytime you can still hack back the machine, because you have already infiltrated the machine with a backdoor, a kind of files or malware or kind of a Trojan, which will easily give you access anytime. What some refers to as an APT or something, advanced persistent. Okay, you can always have a backdoor, Trojanize the system, and always have access. Even when he install antivirus, he does. You can, once you have you compromise the system and manipulate it with a backdoor, you always have access. Okay. So at this stage, I want to close this program, but I know definitely some are going to ask questions. But let me look at the time we have, if we can try another system. We also having Windows Server here, so that we can quickly repeat the same process. Okay, we have Windows Server here. So can do we have much time to look at to launch some or similar exploitation on the Windows Server? Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Can we, for the sake of for a better view by the participant, to launch a similar attack on a different system, which is a server 2003, some exploit,
yeah,
some process, so that the people will be able to capture it clearly. Okay.
Definitely. Okay. I think it will be good. It will be a good idea.
Okay, good. I'm closing Metasploit now. This system has been compromised. Oh, I forgot. We can even shut it down. But I have already. We can remotely shut the victims down. But I have already. Closed it. But let's quickly. Anyway, let's just shut it down. But remotely, you can kill the process. You can shut it down as alias. You can do a lot of things. But since I have already closed the Metasploit, no problem. Okay, so now we are going to repeat some process, some attack, some module, but this time around on a different system, which is a server. In our lab, inside our lab here on our network, we also have another operating system, another victim system, victim 2, which is Windows Server 2003. I'm going to launch it here. Okay, it's also on host only. It's also on host only. It's loading in the lab. Okay, Windows Server loading. Windows Server loading. Let's have some patient. It will not finish soon. This is a server. As I said, in your lab, you can be able to install so many servers, Windows 2003 server, Ubuntu server, Red Hat, to say Mandrake, any kind of server to explore, okay, to research often, to do exploitation research, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment of any kind of machine. This is our server, it's live and it's ready. You can clearly see it, okay. Okay, so let me see if you can get its IP address. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can remember the password. Okay, I think it's 131 or 132. I think 132, 132. Okay, we are back. Metasploit has finished loading. Let me launch another page. Okay, let me launch another terminal quickly so that we launch these attacks and then give our audience time to ask questions. Okay, launching another terminal. Okay, new terminal here. Nmap, some process, SBP 192. Entering the Windows Server password. Sorry, IP address. IP address. 132. 131 or 132. I'm not sure, but let me just launch the Metasploit. Oh, okay. Not active. Then 131. I guess no active. 130. Let me even know. Let me note the IP address of my Kali so that not create confusion. IP A. My Kali IP address is okay 129. 129. Good. The attacker's IP is 192.168.92.129. Wow. So we already got the Windows Server. Interesting. Excellent. We can clearly see Microsoft Windows Server. Okay. It has been found by Nmap scan. Okay. We have our IP address 130, 192.168.92.130. You can clearly see that. We can see the MAC address and we can see the ports, opening ports, it's running, terminal RPC and the rest. Okay, so good to go. We already have we know the IP address, which is here. Then we close Nmap. Nmap has finished its jobs. We close the Nmap, come back to our Metasploit, search again, search with what? Net API, some process. So this will give us a clear picture of what? If a particular exploit is, you can be able to use it as in, is vulnerable to various operating systems, like let's say this Net API MS08 or 067. With this exploit, you can be able to attack, okay, exploit Windows machine like Windows XP, Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, Service Pack 3. And so also Windows 2003, Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, Service Pack 3, with the same exploit. So there are certain exploits which you'll be able to use it to launch an attack to various operating systems. Maybe later on we can look at, in different presentation, we can look at an exploit like Eternal Blue, which you can even use to exploit Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 8, any window, right? Because I think is from security tools. Or okay, we are back. Metasploit has finished loading. We can clearly see in the Net API, as we done earlier. We copy Control Shift C, Control Shift C. We copy it, Control Shift C, and then we say use, Control Shift B. We say use exploit Windows SMB MS08 067 Net API. Press enter. Okay. Then show option. It's always good to show option. You have this option. You say our host, our IP 192.168.92 I guess 130, right? Yes. IP settings. This is the, remember please, this is the target address. Okay, we set the what, the port, our port, which is 445. Enter, and then we trigger the attack, or we launch the attack. How? By simply typing exploit. Exploit. Okay, now you wait for the shell, or you wait for the meter. So this command, please, people should take notes. Okay, it's loading. Yeah. Automatically detecting target, fingerprint, Windows 2003, service pack 2. Good. We could not detect the language pack. No problem. Selected target, Windows 2003, service pack 2 English. Attempting to trigger the vulnerability, but vulnerability has been launched. We can see meter. We are in. Okay. In other terms, hackers will simply say, "Wow," meaning we are found, or we have successfully attacked the machine. From here, we can simply say system info, sysinfo. We can clearly see we successfully have the server, which is Windows, the server 2003 user work group. You can do a lot from here. You can do a lot. You can have the shell. You can do a lot. Okay, let's quickly launch the shell. We are there. Okay, shell created, hash dump. No. Okay, on shell we cannot hash the dumps, but we can look at the directories. We can look at the files of the server. CD directory of the server. You can clearly see the server here, documents and settings, programs, files. You can just like do anything. You can even see the volume, serial number, everything. Okay. System info. Yes, that's it. So at this stage, I wanted to emphasize that all these commands I'm typing, I summarize them on a 14 pages document to give us a clear picture of what we have done so far. So what we have done so far is already here, nmap. Okay, the commands, nmap launch. It shows the system, the victim system. Now above, you notice that 445 open. That was XP. Okay, once we got that, we moved to the Metasploit. Okay, if you have done above outside Metasploit, remember now you have to launch Metasploit. We have done that. We assume you stated Metasploit framework. We have used this MS Net API. We search for it. Now you have to search for the exploit you want to attack. In this case, we are looking for this. We have done that. Simply search Net API. So now from MS Console, we search, we clearly see that. So I provided this command, and it shows this. We pick, you can clearly see the exploit we are looking for, which is exploit Windows SMB. Now you type the command. Here you say use exploit Windows SMB. Okay. Now once your exploit is selected, you will notice the command will change. It has now changed. You say like a show target to show you the number of targets that exploit can be able to penetrate. Okay. Next, you type command to set the payload. Set payload like this: Windows meter preacher reverse TCP. Okay, we didn't even set the payload. This exploit is very powerful. It's very interesting. We didn't even set the payload. Have I set payload? I can't remember that. Okay, once payload is set, you can type command to explore the payload by knowing the available option, particular payload. Okay. Okay. We have done that by simply typing the command show option. You'll be able to see our house, the target address, our port SMB service. Okay, you can clearly see that. Now is the time to set our host. This is setting target IP address. In our scenario, it's going to be like 192.168.93.92, I think 130. Just set the IP address. Okay, and finally, okay, once you set the our host, and finally typing the command firing, which is exploit. Sorry, finally type the last firing command, which is exploit. Once we type the word exploit, then we can press enter. You see, our exploit will launch on the victim's machine and start executing the beta filter for us. With that, once we type shell, we are in, game over. So boiler. So congratulations, we have on Windows XP, and now we also have on Windows 2000 Server. Wow. So we have tried the demonstration, we have attacked them, and I said you can, once you're in the meter filter, you can simply type help. Once you type help, you can be able to see the core commands. Okay, the core commands are here. STDIF file system commands are there for you. Network commands are there. System commands, user interface commands, webcam commands. You can see his webcam, you can see his pictures, you can snap, you can get so many things. Elevate commands for system elevation. Password database command, hashdom, I have also showed that. Time storm command, okay. So basically that's it. So some of the popular command I use: system info, I use get UID, I use hashdom, open file. I didn't try. We have used shell, drop into a system command. I didn't shut down the victim's system, but you can also use a command queue to terminate a process. Okay. So lastly, what some hackers does is covering tracks and erasing evidence. After exploring and downloading or uploading all the information they want from the victim's machine, they reduce to reduce your footstep on the machine by covering any trace. We have some noise. Somebody's mic active or what? Yes, Shamsud Bello. Let me mute. Shamsud Bello, mute. Okay, not meeting. Anyway, let's quickly, that's all for now. So lastly, I have to say this, please. This information are very sensitive, hence they are meant only for educational purpose, not otherwise. Please be warned. Please take care, take note. This is just for educational purpose, okay, for presentation purpose, okay? So you shouldn't learn the techniques or attack anybody with these techniques, okay? So this, in conclusion, this hacking scenario showcasing how exactly hackers use to get into victims' machine when victims are not updating their operating system. Hence, the objectives of this demo is to bring importance of making regular system update on Windows machine. Okay. Quickly, going to enumerate the recommendation here. What are these recommendations for? To help us, okay, protect ourselves, mitigate against such hacking we just did. Windows Server, Windows XP, any Windows operating system. These are the mitigations. These are the recommendations, or these are the advices what you should do. One of these is, if you can, use genuine license copy of operating system. Like if you are using Windows, you need a license. Okay, if you can afford that. Okay. Secondly, use Linux if you can. Please use Linux. I'm not marketing for Linux. I'm not using this opportunity, please, to market or showcase Linux. But if you can, please use Linux. I like to see people using Linux anyway. And then if you are using Linux to harden it, make it very strong, very recommended. Number 3, make regular system update. Set possibly the update to be automatic. Okay. Number 4, have reliable and up-to-date antivirus system. Though people are saying antivirus date, all this. No. Just have a good antivirus system if you are using Windows system. Okay. Have a reliable and up-to-date antivirus system. You have to update it. If you have an antivirus system, you have to update it. Okay. Number 5, use endpoint security in corporate office. Create strong IT security policy in office, please. For those working in offices or corporate organization. The sound of this participant, please, if you can hear us, let me check. Okay, which is making sound here? I cannot see one. Okay, good. Let's quickly go to 6.6. Have a good firewall application in place. Have a multiple security in place, antivirus, anti-malware if possible. Number 7, encrypt hard disks when necessary. Encrypt hard disks, learn the encryption techniques, learn what encryption is all about. Encrypt all sensitive documents, your pen drive, your external hard disks, please. There are many open source software, free software that can easily help you to do that. Even in the inside Microsoft operating system, they have that. They have application that will help you do that. Okay. Number 8, have a strong password. Use two-factor authentication. Learn how to use it. Password BIOS system, if you're using laptop, use biometric if you can, or if your laptop comes with one. Number 9, do a routine security check. Vulnerability assessment, scanning, penetration testing if you can in a corporate organization, or if you're having a sensitive laptop or doing a very sensitive job or very sensitive work. Number 10, never open or click an attachment from unknown sender on the PC or on a social network, please. We should avoid that. Number 11, avoid clicking, opening attachment from non-sender when you are not expecting so. You're not expecting any message, any attachment, but somebody will just send you an attachment. Don't click that, please. Okay. Point number 12, don't use some password for all logins and avoid sharing personal information on social media. Point 13, use system-wide PCI application for all application update and patch management. I know there is an open source or something like a free application that will easily tell you or list all the program in your operating system, like in Windows operating system, will be able to tell you which application is updated or not updated or need to be updated. There are many applications like that. Okay. Point 14, use IDS, IPS, intrusion detection system, or endpoint trade Intel applications. If you're in a corporate setup, use VPN, that's a virtual private network, to access corporate network from remote site. Avoid free Wi-Fi. If you're in we say avoid free Wi-Fi, but you find yourself in an airport, a restaurant, hotel, then use VPN, please. Make sure you are using a VPN or very secure network. Okay. Point 16, optimize operating system default setting. Change them from the default setting. Change them. Just tweak them. Find a way of changing them, or learn probably on the internet how to change operating system from the default setting. Make your own difficult setting or kind of secure setting, not really difficult, but secure setting, what we call OS hardening system. If you browse for these words related to your operating system, that you always find a way of making your operating system very difficult to hack. Okay. Point 17, avoid, ignore, be wary of any suspicious link or URL, website, application, short URL, pictures, because pictures can be easily, virus can be easily embedded. Trojan, virus, anything can be easily embedded in pictures, short URL, or web applications, Android, iOS, anything. Just avoid or be worried or be suspicious or be very careful of downloading or installing any kind of application just like that. Okay. Point 18, avoid rush and opening downloaded files because they are PDF, simply because a file is PDF or simply because a file is PowerPoint document. Don't think twice. Don't quickly rush to click, please. Think twice. Make a second thought to make sure that you know the file and you know what you are doing. Especially if you're in a corporate organization, once you click a document file, because is having a fantastic juicy information intended to you, but probably from unknown sender, you click, then simply by clicking, you end up compromising the entire network computers, not even your company. You simply compromise your system, but from that compromisation, the attacker or the hacker will be able to penetrate, do a further penetration into the entire corporate network. He hacked you, only you, but since he succeeded in launching an attack, an exploit, because you simply click a document, then with that you'll be able to launch a further attack. The privilege escalation into the entire network system. Okay, and then second to the last, be a cybersecurity conscious person. Educate friends, colleagues, and family. We always say educate friends, colleagues, but even your family, they're using laptop, they're using internet, they're using smartphones. Please educate them on the dangers of clicking anything, installing any kind of application like that. No, please educate them. They should be very security conscious. Okay, and then lastly, become a member in any group that alerts, warn, and advise on safety and security in information technology, cybersecurity, computer system, or anything has to do with computing. Okay, just like Nigerian Anti-Phishing Working Group, One of our objectives is to alert, warn, and advise people on the safety and security on the internet. Okay, this is the last point. And then from this last point, I think we may be only having time for question and answers. Okay, let me launch the question platform. So it's now open. Please, people can be able to type a question. I don't know how much time we have, but I'm very much sure we don't have much time. But we can quickly address some few questions for those having questions. Okay, let me look. I'm now at the group chat. Okay, I'm now at the Zoom group chat. I can clearly see whatever you type here. Okay, question, please. Time for question. Yes, hello, sir. Can you hear me, the moderator, Mr. Omar? Hello?
Yes,
Omar.
sir, I can hear you.
Yeah, we are now in the question and answer session. If you have any questions, sir, we can start with you. But you are my Oga at the top. You are my Oga at the top. Yes, sir.
No, sir. We are all learning, sir.
Okay, mashallah. So it's time for questions now. For those having questions, please.
Okay. My own is just a contribution. Okay. I don't have any question regarding this.
Okay, continue, sir.
Okay. First of all, I'll say what a wonderful presentation. It's always good to refresh one's memory with all this. It's very exceptional.
Okay.
So second thing
thank you.
Second thing is to our fellow colleagues.
Okay.
Please, we need to identify the kind of people we are dealing with in our group, because as soon as we have our site be launched, we are going to be dealing with sensitive data, and we cannot afford to have fraudsters or any other person, or any other person that defeats the aim of the group.
Exactly.
Yes, so we should assign some certain people. Let us look into our people. Yes, let us look into our people, because currently I am inside on one group which I've not discussed with you.
Okay.
We are still undergoing screening from that group.
Okay.
What it does is basically some kind of security alerts within the country, but it's nothing to do with phishing. But we are still being screened out. Yes, we are still being screened out, even ourselves, because the creators of the group, they are from security agencies, banking sectors, all cyber security. Yes, so even we are all screening one another for us to know the level of information we can pass. Because sometimes when you pass information, you expect it to stay within the network you pass that information.
Exactly.
Yes, so I think that's a very good point.
This is very good comments. This is very good comments and additions, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
So okay. So any other question, please? Okay. Someone here said, Omar Zachary, he said, how can I use Nmap to check for hosts connected on my network? Omar Zachary. Yes. How can I use Nmap to check for hosts connected on my network? Simply, what we have demonstrated here, as long as you have access to the network, a very legal network, as in if you are very sure you are a part of the network or you are authorized, please, you can only do this when you are authorized to do that, when you are personnel or part of the company or part of the organization. Okay, that's only when you can be able to do that. Nmap is a software that will be able to assist you in doing that. Okay, Nmap is a good tool that will be able to help you to do a penetration testing especially reconnaissance, finding so much information about your organization's network. Apart from MMAP, there is another interesting application, Nasos. And apart from Nasos, there is OpenVAS. These three key powerful applications can easily help you to assess, especially in terms of reconnaissance, finding out much more about your organization's network. It is a vulnerability assessment and other things, okay? So nmap is the key. And as you can see, I quickly launch nmap here, and I type nmap, and I press enter. So you can see what we have here. Nmap is, can help you to do OS detection. Nmap can help you do target specification. You can specify a particular target. Host discovery, you can be able to list the target to scan, ping all the network. You can clearly see this. Scan IR, IL. These are the dash SL with list scan, simply list target to scan. Dash SN will disable port scan. Dash PS. These are the commands. You can clearly see them. And scan techniques. You can like dash S, very case sensitive. Dash small s, capital S will do a TCP synchronization, memo scan. Like dash small so, we will do IP protocol scan. You can clearly see that under scan techniques. Port specification and scan order. Service version detection. Okay, Nmap can do that for you. You can see the command. Script scan. OS detection. You can clearly see the OS detection. We'll be able to find operating system installed on the network or on a particular system. You can clearly see that detection. Timing and performance. Firewall, IDS, evasion, and spoofing. You can bypass the firewall and evasion and spoofing. The alert output, okay, and the miscellaneous, yeah. Enable IPv6 scanning and the rest. And examples is here: nmap -v -a scan me dot nmap.org will be able to scan the website for you. This particular website. Nmap -v small v -sn 191.6.0.0/16 up to 10.10.0.0/8, you'll be able to scan this entire range, IP range, from this IP to this IP range, okay, and the rest. I believe this has, I believe I have answered your question, sir. Mr. Umar Zakari.
Yes, I'm clear. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes. Okay, any other question, please? Or I should be able to enable the mic. Whenever people can type if they want to talk, or they can simply type their questions. Muhammad Awal, the last point by Umar regarding the caliber of members is very important. Please let's note it. Yeah, thank you, Muhammad Awal. We have noted that the caliber of people. We are taking note of that. Okay. Okay, you are okay, Mr. Umar. Zakri said his network admin of his network. That's good, because as I earlier said, it is very important. If you are to do this in your network, make sure you are a network administrator or have authority to do that. Have an authority. Okay, that is that. Okay, good. Abdul Basit, particularly on password protected files document. Yeah, encryption. I don't know if Abdul Basit is talking about the encryption. It's very, very important in the recommendation. Always we should learn encryption, please. Learn to encrypt our documents. Sensitive documents, not necessarily any documents, okay? Okay, yes, encryption. Thank you, Abdul Basit. And Abdul Basit, can a hacker access file document with authentication? Can one hacker access a file document with authentication? I didn't get the question much, but let me, okay. Okay, Shamsuddin, thank you for wonderful, Shamsuddin said, thank you for a wonderful presentation. Though I joined it very late, my question is that when can we have similar presentation like this? Yes, Mr. Shamsuddin, inshallah, we are going to have, not similar, different, because we have, this is a rescheduled presentation actually. This is a rescheduled one. We have already done this, but inshallah, very soon, we'll liaise with Mr. Omar Farouk. He's going to take us into another presentation. Mr. Omar is here, and I believe he's hearing me. He's going to take us presentation on the Google database, computer security and hacking using Google database and Shodan. Okay, how we can be able to find vulnerabilities using Google and show them. Is what is going to take us. Inshallah, after this program, we'll discuss with him on the schedule. I think I have answered your question. And apart from this, many more presentations coming on. More important, like the one for our web developers on how to do vulnerability assessment on their website using open source tool. It's very good for our developers. We now like the code pyramid, if I will call it. We have very good number of developers, good number of developers who need to know this. They need to know how to scan their website against vulnerability and other things. And we are going to do that also. Okay. So.
Sorry, sir. Just
okay,
another
sir.
observation.
Okay, observation, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Regarding the topics that
okay.
that fellow members will be taking us.
Okay.
If anybody is interested, has a particular topic that he feels that he needs to let the members know about.
Okay.
I think he can meet you and then discuss the topic, and then you give him time.
Okay, good.
And then he himself gives time to prepare his slides and tools and whatever he plans.
Good.
I think beforehand, maybe like 1 or 2 weeks prior.
Ahead of time.
Yes. I think it would be very necessary. Yes. Instead of, let's say, I don't mean to sound anyhow, instead of maybe only you taking topics.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
we'll have different people.
Yes.
Yes, like recently we discussed with the Shehu Awal, another ethical hacker from Sokoto, that whenever he's ready, he can think of a nice topic for us so that he can present. It's very interesting, and he's a very good ethical hacker also. So I think do we have much? Do we have other questions? Abdul Basit said many thanks for your pro bono services. However, details and deeply insightful. Okay, thank you, Abdul Basit. Shamsuddin Bello. Mohammed Awal, after setting up lhost exploit command, and you're unable to have access to the target system, is there a way out, or one have to keep trying till you eventually have access to the system? Okay, Mohammed Awal, actually during reconnaissance, you need to basically know some certain things, like doing a background study of your victim. Doing a background study, like maybe knowing a lot of things about the target. So if you accumulate much knowledge during your information gathering, with a few tools available in the open source community, definitely, and then as I said earlier, with patience and persistence, definitely you will compromise your victim or your target. That's what exactly hackers does, and that is what we are protecting. Okay, so as I said earlier, Nmap is very good, very powerful. Nezos, very powerful also, and so also often VAS. If you take note of this, let me quickly write them here. Nmap 1, and then Nezos 2, and often VAS. Take note of these three network reconnaissance. These tools are very important. In fact, many tools inside Kali. Okay, let's quickly glance through Kali. Okay, let's quickly get here. Applications, information gathering. Okay, very powerful tools out here. Dimitri, Dynamap, IK Scan, Multigas, Next Discover, very powerful and very interesting. Nmap, Pure, ReconNG, Sparta, ZenMap. During your information gathering, these tools are very interesting and very powerful. But during your vulnerability assessment, Kali have a lot of tools here. You can clearly see them. Nikton, Nmap, again, is here. Web application analysis, Boxer is here, very powerful. If you want to become a bug hunting hacker, ethical hacker, this is you must be part of this. You must be familiar with this. You see all WhatsApp is here, Skippy, SecureMap, many. Please do install Kali. Explore these tools. There are very powerful and very fantastic tools out there. Wireless, you see Kismet, very interesting for dissecting wireless attacks, and a lot of other stuff. Reverse engineering, exploitation tools are there, sniffing, spoofing, fox exploitation, backdoor. Okay, you can see backdoor, maintenance access is there. Forensics analysis applications are also there. Reporting tools. If you are in a forensic cyber organizations, you must be familiar with one to two of these applications for writing or developing a report. Social engineering toolkit, what they call SET system. This basically some of the tools. These tools, combination of those tools, especially this new Kali 2017.2, they have updated some additional tools. Give them a try, install Kali, and explore them. Okay, this is all about. This is all I can say for now. So let's quickly. Anybody who think that he don't need to type, maybe he need to say 1 to 2 things, we can enable his mic. If he can type here, if I can clearly see the typing, then I can enable the mic here so that we don't have random mic. Anybody, you can type simply if you want to talk, or you type your question. And I hope we can be able to answer your question. And the question we can answer, we can simply tell you. And once we are just learning, we too are learning. The question which we cannot answer, we can simply say we don't know it. Okay. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for participating. And lastly, before I forget, here one engineer by name engineer suggested that the invitation should not be open. No, we are all learning. That's why actually we make the invitation open. But we can look at your suggestion, a recommendation to make it closed. Okay. Okay. He said the invitation should not be open. We will look at that. I think we have admins in our group, so we will discuss with the admins and see if we can still make it open or make it closed. Okay. So, question, please. Not much questions. We are going to end this session, and then we'll be hoping to have you in the future. Question? Mr. Yusuf says thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf. Our next guru or ethical hacker. You are highly welcome. Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you all. We'll use this opportunity to thank you once again for accepting our invitation and for joining this webinar, because without you people, we cannot hold this or host this webinar, because we have to participate and educate ourselves, share our knowledge, and